What's going on, Bears fans? It's Brandon, and it's time for another episode of Bears Latest. Today is June the 19th, and we are 1 month, count it 1 month away from rookies reporting to camp. And then July 22nd, the veterans return, and we combine for full out practices, and everything just is going to start coming together. The culmination of a successful offseason and starting to really put this team together. Super exciting. Cannot believe we're a month out. Along with that, they've also announced two joint practices in August. The first one being against the Dolphins, August the 8th. And then a week later, on the 15th of August, against the Bills. This will give the Bears an opportunity to be able to have a joint practice that they can go against um, good talent, not taking anything away from the third, fourth, so on string people, but you're going to be able to actually see um, these bigger name guys in joint practice as opposed to in the preseason when you don't see them really until game three of the preseason, the last one. Sometimes even game two, they get some extended play. But I think this is a great opportunity for them to come to Hallis Hall and give us an opportunity to really size up what we're doing on both sides of the ball. So mark those down: August 8th against the Dolphins and August 15th against the Bills. Both those are taking place at Hallis Hall. With that, let's move into our first player of discussion, and that's Mike Hilton. So we've been talking the last day or so about Bears Wire. They had an article that came out. They were talking about players that maybe the Bears could still sign to help fill a need or provide depth, maybe a key veteran player that would be a great veteran presence and help bring some of our younger talent along. And this guy makes complete sense to me. Mike Hilton of the Bengals didn't really stop to think much about him. Like I've known about him for years. I believe he also played in Indianapolis, but the last couple seasons been playing with the Bengals and has been solid. He had a solid 2023 with 84 tackles and 2 interceptions, and he backed it up with 73 tackles last season and interception, and that was on a overrated and underperforming Bengals defense, which got their DC fired, and then they've also been dealing with some personnel changes. They even have holdouts, and you can just tell there's some disgruntledness there. But Mike Hilton, at this point right now, with a month ago, is still sitting out on the market. If I'm the Bears, I would definitely be considering this, especially now that Jair Alexander has been signed as of Wednesday. He signed with the Ravens and is reunited with his former college quarterback teammate, Lamar Jackson, played at Louisville. Great signing there, but that's one more domino that has fallen in this whole cornerback market. I think that Hilton's already heating up type of market. I think it's going to continue to escalate, and I think that the rumor mill is going to really start to just go a little bit off the rails. I would like to see the Bears come up with something because I think this guy give Tyreek Stevenson a run for his money. I think it's a great signing to light a fire under Tyreek's rear end and to really get the most out of him. Plus, you don't know what you're getting with Zay Frazier yet. Zay Frazier is got a lot of upside and everything, but who knows if he's ready to really kick off the season as the fourth cornerback. Having a guy like Mike Hilton who could sub in different packages and spell players and plays with great physicality, I think it's a smart signing. Even if you do a short-term deal, a year or 2 years, maybe you can even do it just a year and let him, revamp his market, his value, and then he can go back out and get another contract. What do you guys think? Would Mike Hilton be a solid addition to an already pretty strong secondary? Or is it just way too much of a luxury pick? We should be looking at other players before we look at that. Let me know your thoughts, especially what we know from last season with Tyreek. I will not let that go. I will not let that go. The fail Mary should not have happened. So that's why this is also a point of discussion. I feel like with a guy like Mike Hilton, that probably wouldn't have happened. So let me know your thoughts. Would he be a good fit or not? Moving on. So we talked about linebacker yesterday a little bit. We talked about Kaiser White from Arizona. Well, we've got another guy that's still out there, and he was on the Bears wire list as well, and that is C.J. Mosley, the former linebacker for the Jets and Ravens, and has been around the block for a minute or two. He would already provide an immediate upgrade for our linebacking core. Now, granted, he mainly plays the middle, but he has in the past been kicked outside and had kind of that hybrid linebacker slash edge, can kind of do a little bit of both. And he's been very successful. I mean, I'm looking at this right now, 2021 to 2023. Those were some of his best years. He was averaging 150 tackles a season. Actually, 151, I think, might have been his lowest number for tackles in that spread of time. And then he also was injured. He was coming back from injury. He only played in 4 games last year. Now that's a bummer. But in 4 games, he still had tallied 17 tackles. And that was on a Jets team. That was a hot mess, people. I think maybe the change of scenery would benefit him, and I think he would fit in really well with what Dennis Allen's going to be running here. He's got the size, he's got the speed. He can play the outside. It's still an upgrade for us, regardless of if it's middle or out. He's still going to be the strongest linebacker on the outside, and I think he's going to be perfect to help bring Ruben Hippolyte along, especially for all you doubters that are like, why in the hell did we spend a 4th-round pick on somebody who could have been a 7th-rounder or an undrafted free agent? This guy could help bring it all together for Ruben. He already has the freakish speed, as we've learned through from the combine and all the articles written after the fact. But I think this is a great opportunity to have CJ Mosley help bring him along, all that veteran experience and leadership. I think it would be great for this team. I would not be opposed. I know he's 32. We have good players playing in the league who are still over their 30s. I mean, look at Von Miller. He's like 36, 37, somewhere around there, and he's still productive. So I would welcome it. What do you guys think? Would you like to see CJ Mosley help strengthen and bolster this linebacking core? Didn't even mention that he might be able to even help Noah Sewell along. So what do you think about that? Would he be a good fit? Or would you rather see another linebacker like Kaiser White? Let me know what you think. Put it down in the comments below, as always. All right, we're going to keep moving on. Now we're going to get into edge rushers. And I've got two free agents that are both edge rushers with the last name Smith. And no, they are not related, but you should know them pretty well. First one we're going to talk about is Zadarius Smith. And this is the one in recent days or so I'm really interested in trying to get him. Rumor has it, he's come out publicly, said he wants to go back to Detroit. I think he probably will end up going back to Detroit. But if the Bears are serious and they think he would be a good upgrade, a good fit, I would love to see them go in there and pounce for a year, no more than 2 years, and give him an opportunity to compete, help bring along the lines. I think he would be a good mentor to Austin Booker. He wouldn't be playing every single down and things like that. I don't think you're going to see that. Because right now, if you look last season, Zadarius Smith played 2 different teams. Played with Browns for the first part of the season for 9 games, and then he came over and played the final 8 games with Detroit for the regular season. And the thing is, this is what was interesting. For the entire season, he had 9 sacks. He had 5 with the Browns, 4 with the Lions. That's pretty damn productive, if you ask me. And with that kind of motor and energy, that's a guy I would love to have up there on the line. So I would like to see the Bears make an effort because I think there's still a lot of good energy, a lot of good physicality there that would prove to be beneficial. I think this would be a smart signing, getting a veteran presence in there that helps continue to build your team. Do you like it? Or would you rather see somebody else? Maybe this next guy, Preston Smith. So Preston Smith has played with the Packers, and he's also played with the Steelers from last season. He's also 32, and he is coming off of a season where it was a little all over the place. Um, he had 32 tackles, 4.5 sacks last season between both teams. Granted, he was coming back from an injury, and again, he only had, I think it was, he only had a handful of games last season, but he has been very productive over the years. Looking at some of his stats when he played with the Packers, he was averaging at least 8 sacks a season from 2021 to 2023. And then he got hurt, coming back. He played a little bit with the Packers. He ended up working his way out of the Packers to the Steelers. He's more suited as a 34 or a 3-4 linebacker. He would prefer to play in that kind of system, but I think again this could be in the same way as we were looking at C.J. Mosley. He could play that outside linebacker. He could also line up at edge. He's done both, and he could prove to be a valuable asset for us if the price is right, if the opportunity is there. Um, Preston Smith is a pretty solid guy. He's just as solid as Zadarius Smith. Um, so I think they both would be really good choices. So my question to you guys is, between Zadarius and Preston, who would look better in a Bears uniform? Who would provide the boost that we need um, to help invigorate this line, energize it, and help bring along these younger guys and build build the high energy, athletic style that we are looking for on this line. Let me know your thoughts, or comment below and say, neither one of these guys are good, or we should be looking at Jadeveon Clowney or some other guy, whatever. But I think these are two really good options. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. But if I had it my way, I would probably go after Zadarius Smith. I think that there's more production there, but I also think with Preston Smith, I think you're getting a good player who's going to be consistent, and he'll play well every week. So, guys, that's all I have for today. It's great chatting with you all. Make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Let's continue to build this up, especially going into the regular season. So, without further ado, I'm going to let you go. And as always, bear down.